Welcome to Modern Day Abigails. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new." So let's listen to God's Word, where everyday lives transform and where we can become the women God created us to be. Because when change does happen in your life, you have to make the right decision and how you're going to handle that change. Now, I'm not going to say that you're going to handle it beautifully the first time. You're going to have to do a lot of praying and then say, you know what, stop, I need to change. This can't be the way it goes. I've got to change my attitude.
Yeah.
So many times when I talk with women, it really saddens me because I always tell them, I can't help your husband. Okay. I know you're hurting and I know you feel bad and things are going on. And most of the time it's not as bad as you think it is. It really is. A lot of it's in your head. I don't say it right away. I wait and work with them. Mm-hmm. And I always tell them, I said, I can change you. I can help you change and I can help you manage
give you some tools.
I can give you some tools. I can give you some tools to help you through this. And most of the time they don't want it because they don't want to change first. They want the other person to change first.
Because they're like,
they don't want to recognize their own mess.
Yeah.
I want that person to change because if they change, then I'll change. And usually it's, no, honey, you have to change because you'll never recognize his change if you don't. Sorry.
Be flapping the fly in a
I
glance.
do it a little bit different. This one is God. Sorry. Like a surfboard. Sorry. So anyway, if you are not changed, you'll never see the change in the other person.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Oh, I agree with that. When now my husband was abusive and a cheater and just an absolute mess. And so I was like, get him, Lord, get him. Mm-hmm. And then my friend, she's like, well, you weren't really the best wife. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not the one out there cheating and sleeping around and doing this and doing that. She's like, no, but you got your own stuff. And I was so mad at her. And I drove home and I was yelling. I'm like, Lord, did you hear what she said to me? Can't believe what she said to me. Oh my gosh. What kind of friend do I have? Blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, Lord, is she right? He said, yes, she is. And here's why. Blah, 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 blah. And then I spent the next 3 days like curled up in a ball processing my sin. And it didn't have anything to do with my husband. It had to do with me. Yep. My mess, my baggage, my damage.
Exactly.
My broken heart.
I might have had a few drives home like that.
And I was
hit my stairwell and yelling at the Lord saying, why are you doing this? What is going on? I don't even want this. I never asked for this. Why are you doing this? And then he'll always remind me, you remember at the Blessing Israeli Believers banquet you were at and you said you liked the song Hineni about use me? Remember those words?
Yeah.
Dang it, that's not what I thought we were going to do.
Yeah, that was my ground zero day one of truly getting healed and giving my life over to God. That was the day. Yeah. I remember it. It was terrifying.
I remember standing there telling the Lord.
Absolutely traumatizing.
I'm nothing but an ant that's squishable. I have recognized the fact I'm so squishable, it's not even funny. And that's when he said, but through Christ, you're everything.
I know. Listen, don't ask the Lord to show you all your sin because he certainly will.
Okay. No. Don't ask him if you don't want to know.
If you don't want to know.
But if you truly are a born again believer in Jesus, you're going to want to know and you're going to want to ask him because you really want to get it cleansed. Yeah. Because when you get really, truly cleansed.
But don't make a massive list and do it all in one day.
I say get it over with.
That's my gosh, it's too difficult. Well, mine was, I was a mess.
Everybody's different though. Yeah, Everybody handles it different.
Absolute mess.
I mean, you're the one wearing pretty cute sunglasses that are pointless.
Listen, Anna, they're pink. That's all we need to know.
Yeah.
That's all we need to know.
So anyway, everybody's a little different. So
they don't have to be as dark as
like,
yours.
Lord, just get it over with and get it done.
Yeah, we're driving through.
Rip that Band-Aid off.
Driving for breakfast today. She said, those are cute sunglasses. Do they work?
She's like, no,
not at all.
So I'd ask her, what's the point then?
But everything's pink and it's beautiful.
So anyway, I personally recommend taking time and asking the Lord, what do I need to change?
Yeah.
What do I got to do? And he's going to know you.
We do that often.
Yeah, we do that all the time. And he knows you well enough to know whether you do it all at once or a little at a time.
Oh,
He's going to know you. That's how you're going to build your relationship with the Lord. But you are not going to see change in other people until you change yourself.
Yeah.
So.
Agree.
And then like I said, because that change though.
You're not going to remove we've got the rose-colored glasses,
right?
Which is not what I was wearing today, but rose-colored glasses where we see everybody else's mess but our own,
right?
And sometimes we're just an absolute dang mess of a mess.
And then next, like I said, in the next chapter, we're going to see where everything's hunky-dory groovy until one night, and then everything changes, and you have to make a decision. But that's not today. Okay. Today we're in Genesis 29, verse 10.
Okay.
And then it came to when it came to pass when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, and the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother, that Jacob went near and rolled away the stone in the well's mouth and watered the flock, Laban, his mother's brother. And I already read that part.
Yes, you did. That's okay.
So we're going to go to the next part where it says, since we are talking about Jacob getting a wife, how hard do you work with your husband? Do you work with your husband? Ladies, I have to ask this for the wives. We're talking about a lot about marriage here. If you're single,
define work with. Define that.
Work with. Okay. Like sometimes, Ray will be out mowing the lawn.
Are you always nagging? Are you always harping?
Oh, we're going to talk about that hard on the next section.
Okay.
No, you're right.
I'm gonna shut up.
No, you're right. No, keep going. I'm just saying that we are going to go through more of the detail, but you're absolutely right. Are you out there getting him a glass of water? Or are you over there telling him he missed the spot?
Exactly.
Which one are you doing? And you're like,
loading the dishwasher.
Okay, we already have an agreement. I load the dishwasher.
I know.
If he does dishes, he does it by hand.
Okay. Okay. Let's put that aside. Listen, if you come home and he has loaded the dishwasher,
don't say anything.
Do not rearrange it unless something's about to get broke. You shut it, you put your soap in, you shut it, you start it, you move on. And you thank him and you give him hugs and kisses or whatever, and you just thank him.
Exactly.
Because if you give him a hard time, he will never do it again.
And then you're going to gripe
because he don't help you.
Right.
But he don't help you because you're a nagger. You handle it wrong. You're a perfectionist. You got your way. Well, you know what? He's got his way too, and he's trying to help.
So when I say work with your husband, I mean work in cahoots. Work it to plan. Like sometimes Ray, every once in a while, oh my goodness, I just ruined this. I'm at page 2 now. Take it back to 32. So as I'm scrolling 30 something pages. Or like my favorite thing is when Ray, he doesn't, usually I do the inside, he does the outside. And it's kind of like even paying certain bills. I pay outside bills, he pays online bills. It's kind of funny. That's how we work things out. And so, but every once in a while, he'll help me in the house because he knows I am not short, but I'm not tall either. It's the weirdest level. I can't tell people I'm short.
5'4"?
I'm 5'5".
So tall to me.
Yeah, but there are certain things that are like I can't get the fans. I can't clean the fans very good.
Yeah,
unless I go get a ladder, and I don't want to go get a ladder. So anyway, my favorite job for him to do is he's tall, so he goes and cleans the fan blades for me.
Hey, when we were doing Bible study at my house, he cleaned the fan blades there too.
Exactly. That's what happens when you're tall. You did a good job.
Yeah, I just not my thing. I gotta get a ladder.
Yeah. So maybe you split the chores together. Maybe, like I said, we have a deal where I'm inside, outside, but I love the outside too. So a lot of times I get him to let me help him outside. Sometimes he'll let me mow. Sometimes because he really likes mowing. So when I say he lets me mow, he really is letting me know because he likes to mow. Sometimes I go and clip things, and sometimes I'll be outside with him. And then, like I said, sometimes in the inside, if there's something going on, he'll help. So we try to work together, and we're trying not, but at the same time, we try not to get in each other's ways. And work together as a team. We're supposed to. So that's what they're doing here. And since we're talking about Jacob giving a wife, we already talked about that. And so here's the other one. Are you lovers? Or are you roommates? Yeah.
Question.
So because God is specific about the woman's role. And I'm going to read that to you in Genesis 2.
I want to say also, are you the boss of your husband? Who's the boss?
Yeah, we actually have a podcast called Who's the Boss? If you go check our web thingy out, if you go to moderndayAbigails.com.
Follows along too. Who's the boss?
I think you might. I know if you go to Palm Beach, you can find it.
You.
No, because God set up, and ladies, don't get your feelings hurt. He created an order.
Just like your kids should not be the boss of their parents.
Exactly. The letter A becomes before B, not because the letter A is better than B. Not at all. Because you can't spell the word ball. Well, you have to have A and B comes first. So, it's the same thing. The Lord has to have an order, and he gave us a specific order in Genesis 2, starting at verse 20. So Adam gave names to all the cattle, to the birds of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam, there was not found a helper comparable to him. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall on Adam, and he slept and took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh in its place. Then the rib which Lord God had taken from man, he made into a woman, and he brought her to the man. And Adam said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be easy for me to say. She shall.
You got this.
I got this. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. They were both naked, the man and his wife, and they were not ashamed." And we're going to be actually referencing Genesis 2 a lot when it comes to about one man, one woman. Because that don't happen.
Right.
Well, there's one man. But if you already read ahead, there's a second wife. So the wife being the helper is a natural role. Not that Adam is better than Eve, but we were created for different purposes. Women were created to be a helper to him. And there's nothing wrong with that. It is not an old fashioned. It is our creation, our purpose. How we help our husband may look different in each family. This point is to be a team and work together for the same purposes, for God's glory, to see people saved by Jesus and lives changed. That's our purpose, to work together.
Well said.
I mean, like I said, we're going to have, it's going to look different, but man has his roles. And we're going to also talk a lot about how men and women are created differently. And that is okay, ladies. It's okay that men are not like us. Okay. We're not supposed to be married to other women. We're supposed to be married to men, and they're going to be different.
Who act like men.
Yeah, who act like men, who are men. And it is not, I promise you, as we go through this, you're going to find out it is not the Hallmark Channel. Definitely not the Hallmark Channel.
Anna's favorite.
Oh, gosh. Rolling into the street.
Just kidding. It's an absolute unfavorite.
No, because they give unrealistic expectations. Yeah. And it's not the way it is. It's not how it is. It's not a romance novel either, ladies.
Yeah, agreed.
It's not.
Marriage is not.
No, it's not anywhere close. And that's what's happening is women are watching Hallmark. They're doing social media. They're doing, I mentioned something else that women are romance novels, and women are expecting their lives to be like that. And that is not what God said.
How unfair to the guy that he can't live up to that.
Could you imagine if we had to live up to the women's expectation of a man towards a woman if he read a romance novel and that's the wife? Or, I mean, could you imagine if we were trying to live up to what a man's expectation was as a wife?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be hard. It would be difficult. I mean,
I agree.
I'm thinking.
I mean, look at these. I'm going to use men as an example because this is what was going on in my life. But look at these men, and women do this too, who are addicted to like porn or strip clubs or all of that stuff. And then that's what they're wanting and seeing. And then he's coming,
they're very visual.
Yeah. He's coming home and he's expecting you to be the same.
Exactly. And it's not going to happen. Okay. A woman's body realistically does not look like a model.
No, not realistically. Especially if you've had their babies.
Yeah, exactly. If you've had some babies. But even just living day-to-day life, that is not a normal body. Just like men, you watch these men who work out and they get all beefy and like that. That to me is not attractive. That is not realistic and it's not natural.
On the porn is not realistic intimacy. There's no intimacy there.
No, it's not. So there's a lot of unrealistic expectations. And that
works both ways.
That works both ways.
We gotta have a different mindset. We gotta have a respectful one for one,
exactly.
A godly one for another.
Exactly. And we got to be working together.
An untainted one.
And stop thinking your husbands are stupid. Or even men in general. I'm so sick and tired of
putting
ads.
them down.
I know. I'm so sick of it.
I can't handle when these wives are constantly putting their husbands in front of people, in front of them.
But think about it. I'm so sick and tired of ads and movies that make men look stupid.
Yeah.
Especially ads.
Sitcoms where the wife is the
the intelligent one, the beautiful one, the one who has it all together, and the man is just sitting there scratching himself.
And they're just
shame on the men who are agreeing to these roles.
For reals.
Yeah. Shame on the guys who are agreeing to these roles.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, I certainly don't want to be married to a man like that.
No.
Step up, be a man.
Exactly. I mean, but we're also going to talk about a man who sometimes men are just not women, and we want them to be men, and we have to remember that they're not all romance and la-di-da and, flowers.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like, hey, wow, you look great. Let's do it. That's it. I mean, that's just how I got things.
Yeah.
And a woman gets mad. It's like, you want a man? All right, we're going to watch it.
Okay.
Here we go. This is a fun one to talk about.
All right,
Verse
let's
11. So we're in Genesis 29:11. Then Jacob kissed Rachel. I guess so many questions. And lifted up his voice and wept. Like, okay.
Wait, they just met.
I know.
Is she all smelly and dirty? And
he kisses her and he's crying. And I'm like, okay. And Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's relative.
Was she surprised? I'm surprised.
See, hang on.
Okay. Keep going.
First, and then we're going to go talk all about that. Let's just run with it.
All right. I'm gonna be quiet.
Because again, ladies, if you're not enjoying the Bible, if you're not reading it, you should be enjoying what we read. We have lots of questions, and I'm sure the Lord just sits there some days shaking his head and goes, I'll let y'all know later. I got questions. So verse 12, and Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's relative and that he was Rebekah's son. So she ran and told her father. Then it came to pass when Laban heard the report that Jacob, his sister's son, that he had ran to meet him and embraced him and kissed him and brought him to his house. So he told Laban all these things. And Laban said to him, surely you are my bone and my flesh. And he stayed with them for a month. Okay. Not much is said about that kiss. So I've got questions.
Okay. First of all, they're cousins.
Yeah.
First cousins. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
It was different back then.
Yes, it was.
And they don't really realize
Thank
they're
the
cousins.
Lord, it's not like that now.
And they don't realize.
I don't have a cousin. I'd be kissing like this.
Well, the thing is they don't even realize they're cousins. They've never been grown up together.
Yeah.
I mean, they might. That's one of the
true.
things the commentary talks about is they probably did know who Rebecca was because I'm sure it was Rock the Town that said, hey, Rebecca married this rich guy and left. So I am sure they all know because they weren't even alive. As far as we can tell, they weren't even around when that happened.
Yeah.
So if they weren't around when that happened, it could be possible that it also could have been that, even though they said that Rebecca and her brother, they could have had different moms. We don't know. Anyway, that was different back then. It's not like that anymore.
Right.
So, and then I mean, like, what type of kiss are we talking about? Are we talking a kiss on the cheek, full on the mouth? What are we talking about? And she didn't slug him?
It doesn't say. She just met the guy.
We don't. Here, you ready for this one? We don't even know how old she is. Think about it. We don't even know how old she is.
She could be older.
Could be 12. She could be 12.
He could be younger.
He's in his 40s.
Oh.
Talks about that.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Gross.
We don't know.
No way he kissed her like that.
Well, here's the thing is they typically got married around 14 or 15. And she wasn't
him?
No, the girls.
Oh my gosh.
And it was very typical for them to marry somebody older because they already were established and they could be well taken care of.
Huh.
It was different back there. I think I may say those words a few more times. The culture then, it was very different than today.
How old's your niece?
She's 10 and I would beat the snot out of
Thank
somebody
you.
if they touched her. In fact, did I tell you the story? I almost hit her pastor.
No.
We were at a restaurant standing there and this guy comes around and touches her shoulder and I got her behind me and I looked at him and he goes, I'm her pastor. I said, I'm her aunt. He backed up. And I had to explain to my brother and his wife that I almost hit their pastor.
Oh my God.
I didn't know who he was. He was just some creepy old man to me. I just saw him out in my peripheral and he touched her shoulder and I'm like, dude. And
I'll kill you dead right here.
I don't know what my poor niece thought. I don't know if she was waiting to see what happens. This ought to get good. Or
she grabbed some popcorn, watched the show.
She didn't say a word. She didn't say one word.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah. I'm like,
Okay.
dude, I don't care who you are. You touched her. And it wasn't inappropriate or anything. I'm not saying it was inappropriate. It was not inappropriate at all. I just didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
And I'm wound up. So anyway, we're okay now. We laugh about it. I don't know if he laughs about it. I mean, I'll laugh about it. Anyway.
He backed up. His life was spared. He's alive. He's alive, y'all. He's alive.
I guarantee you, he thought about saying hi to somebody next time. that he doesn't know who they're with. Guarantee you thought about that the next time. So anyway, and Jacob told Rachel, okay, so we talk about the cheek on him. I don't know what that means, but he's obviously smitten with her. And he obviously found the woman he wanted to marry. He has all these emotions.
They cried, or he cried. Somebody cried.
Yeah. I still have a lot of questions, but he obviously was smitten with her. He was in love with her already. He was crying. It's like he finally met the woman of his dreams.
Wow.
And he is just excited about this. Now, was she excited? I don't know. Did she desire him immediately? Was she shocked? I do know she didn't slap him. So that was a good sign for Jacob.
I ain't never fell in love with anybody that quick.
Yeah. But she ran to tell her dad. So she must have had some type of excitement. I mean, it doesn't say that she was running for her life and she was running in fear.
But Jacob was also handsome, wasn't he?
I think so. Yeah. Well, even in that, if that was Aunt Rebecca's son, that means he was rich. So then there's that.
Okay.
So she didn't slap him. So like I said, that was a good sign. Like I said, I work with some very touchy-feely people and they've almost gotten hit. You know, I don't hug strangers. I got better. I just don't hug strangers. Now, there's been occasions if I meet a woman who's really hurting, I will go hug her. But like a guy, there's no way. In one commentary, it pointed out they had a mutual respect for each other. He was willing to serve her and show her tenderness, and she ran to her dad so that they could show him hospitality. So that's one of the commentaries said that this is starting out to be a beautiful relationship. They have respect for each other. A weird custom about the kiss. I don't know. It might have been that kiss on the cheek thing where one on the other.
Yeah.
Because I've had people try that one on me. It doesn't go well for me.
Middle Eastern does that.
They still do it to this day.
We don't do that in America.
Yeah, and that poor guy.
We don't kiss at all in America.
That poor European guy who tried that with me.
He would kiss you on each side?
He tried.
Oh, dear.
It didn't go well.
No.
I said, I don't, And he just looked at me. He didn't know where I was from. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He had no idea where I was from. There was a bunch of Europeans in the room. He didn't know I happened to be the American there. Okay.
Well, so he quickly found out.
He figured it out very quickly. But he was not afraid of me. He still, we had a dinner together one day and he sat beside me. So at least I didn't scare him.
Okay.
Well, maybe he felt that was safer if I was right there because he knew where I was. She can't hurt me if I know where she's at.
Keep your enemies close.
So, yeah. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. What in that? So, so I like that they have this mutual respect. They've already, their relationship is starting out really, really beautiful. And like I said, the reason we're going through this is because things change. It is possible that Rebecca had heard about her Aunt Rebecca and how she married this rich guy and left. And it spread through the family. I mean, gossip does that in the families, right? I mean, we all got some good gossip in the family, right? But one of the things I do want to ask is the hospitality. I think we've really lost that. I don't think we're nearly as, we don't show the hospitality like they used to. And I think it's a lost art of hospitality. I've always wanted to have that cute little, like they used to have in the Victorian time or whatever. They'd have the silver with the coffee and the tea and the little crumpets and your little, you know, so you serve people. I always wanted to do that. I love the idea of hospitality. So I would love to be have more hospitality, but one, we're busy for hospitality. And two, it's just not looked on like it used to be. So I do ask women, how much hospitality do you show? Because also, what about the women who do show hospitality, but not towards their own family? Mm-hmm. And the example I'm going to give is they were trying to start a PTA or PTO at one of my son's schools. It was a private school and I worked full time. So there was no way I could do it. So one of the moms I knew, she went and she goes, I said, well, how'd it go? She goes, all it was is the woman wanted to show off her house. That's all it was. Because the kids' rooms she said were perfect and immaculate with the most prettiest little blankets. And she goes, that's all it was. She goes, first thing she wanted to do was take us around her house and show off her house. So then you have to stop and ask yourself, am I showing hospitality because I care for that person who's coming into my home or because I'm trying to show off? And you have to be careful of that.
Yeah.
Because that can creep in and you don't even realize it. Thank you for letting us share our tools to become the women God created us to be. If we encouraged you today, visit us at moderndayabigails.com. Remember, you are loved, cherished, and prayed over.